Alright guys, so I guess it's about time we talk about the new DogPack404 video. This one is called MrBeast's Secret CEO. It is the 2.5. It's not exactly the third part that we've been waiting for, but it did add a bit more context, a bit more lore to the ongoing MrBeast saga. A lot of pretty crazy allegations and accusations in this video, and not as much evidence and proof as we have seen before. In my honest eyes, and this is coming from someone who's a huge fan of Dogpack, we play Fortnite, we play video games together. I'm a big fan of the guy. I think this was probably one of the weakest videos he's put out, and that's just being brutally honest. And that's coming from it as a person who really enjoys to see evidence. I would love to watch these people, be brought to justice. But in this video, there was a whole lot of claims and allegations and, like verified text messages and things like that, but not a lot of proof. And that's very dangerous because I'm on Dogpack's side. Like, I want him to be right. I want him to change everybody's mind and be able to present, facts to people that are able to bring these people to justice, rightfully so. But this video just didn't provide that. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. So this is one of the weakest points in my opinion. It's where he accuses this James Warren guy of, being abusive and doing things to his former partners. Again, this is him going off of things he heard from other people, but just listen and you'll kind of understand why I mean this doesn't look good from like a professional perspective, at least compared to the other content we have seen from Dogpack.
Heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him, and I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube.
That's our girl. But hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from with the idea that saying that there are allegedly charges but not having like confirmation of those charges is kind of weird. It's kind of like if someone were to accuse me and be like, yeah, I heard Cameron has charges of like armed robbery, but there's a lot of people named Cameron, so I'll come back to you. Yeah. That's just one of my biggest gripes with this video. Like, again, most of the things we're covering are people's testimonies, whether it's text messages, emails. People don't want to violate NDAs or violate their own privacy or risk being sued or something like that. But this is just one of those cases where I feel like that one should have definitely been left in the oven for a little bit longer until you have almost 100% confirmation. While I was recording this video, I literally looked in as well. I typed in like Warren versus North Carolina and I couldn't find anything. There's no references to phone number or photos or dates or anything that could possibly line up to help me get closer to it. And so I feel like including that in the video again is one of those situations where you muddy the water because people are going to ignore the entirety of this video. We're only 3 minutes in and he already kind of made like this crazy claim that he instantly almost debunked his own claim by saying he doesn't know if it's true, which is just not a good look, truly. Again, I'm a commentary guy. I feel like I can make mistakes like that and own up to my mistakes. But a lot of people are looking at Dogpack as someone who is telling truth, someone who is, exposing these secrets, 100% of these secrets that MrBeast and his team don't want you to know. He has 636,000 subs now, and that's just not a good look. Again, coming from a fan of him. It did make a pretty good effort to, cover these topics and ideas. That surprise witness was involved in helping to research and find some of this information. So I am taking this video with a grain of salt. While it is something that opens people's eyes and allows them to, look further into it, this is not one of those videos similar to the Delaware situation where we now have 100% proof that this man is a convicted, offender. This is more or less something that, yeah, I heard this from someone, or yeah, this is just kind of word on the street. This is just the talk of the office, or this is something I looked into but can't really confirm. And that I feel like is a very bad, way to present the video. And it's almost in a way muddying the waters. Again, that's coming from someone who's been a huge fan of Dogpack and along for the ride for this entire journey. And I'm just being brutally honest. The same way I was brutally honest when it came to Muskina Jess accusing Kris Tyson of, taking advantage of her. And here's another one that is, again, pretty interesting relating to this LaKoya Hill guy that he goes really in depth on and talks about how he, has been involved with many sexual misconducts, 5 separate verified employees, all of which who have been unnamed. And now you guys can argue with me and say, almost all of the things we've looked into have been claims and just allegations. But I feel like, for example, Jake Weddle, having a face to the name, being there to actually present his ideas and how he feels and whatnot, adds a little bit more, leverage. Anytime someone is willing to, throw themselves in front of the bullet in terms of sharing allegations and whatnot, it definitely adds on to it. But just showing 5 people saying, I know this, here's this data, which again, we go further into the video, none of this data is really proven. Again, it's kind of just up to the viewer to want these things to be true, I guess, which is terrible to say because you don't want someone to be a offender or taking advantage of people, but it just seems like the viewer is supposed to go in this blindly. And after taking a little bit of time to let this video simmer, I've come to the idea that, again, this is the weakest of the 3. Dogpack again has 636,000 subscribers. I've talked to a few people, and I understand their points of views. I understand, the opposite point of view from that. Both sides I can kind of understand and listen to and willing to hear out. But when it's something this serious and, we want it to be as good as the first 2 Dogpack videos so that we can take down MrBeast, I don't think that this video did a good job at that whatsoever. It should have stayed in the oven just a little bit longer until more proof comes out, until maybe some people were willing to provide some sort of proof besides just like hearsay of the office, things that people are rambling about in the office and things that they heard from this guy and this person got moved here according to this person. I mean, there are some good points in this video that, I'll dive into, but just according to so far what we have from this LaKoya Hill part and the James Warren part, not so great from a statistical, point of view. Like, I want 100% of these things to be accurate because it makes me look better, it makes Dogpack look better, makes everyone doing the research and trying to find this data look so much better than if we just say, well, I think this stuff is accurate and we hope this stuff is accurate, because that's just not a good way to present data. It's always nice to have the facts and to have, the information that we fully need to not only, take these accusations, but turn them from just accusations to, a real thing. If these people are really doing these horrific things that are in this Dogpack video, they should be brought to justice for it. Now, one part that is actually in this video that, features a name, features other articles and sources that kind of add to the claim, involve this guy, Jeff Housenbold, who is the new president and CEO of the Beast Company. And Dogpack ends up covering some articles that kind of contradict the new strategy of trying to, go through this process of restructuring the company to be, more inclusive and bring in HR and mandatory training and listening and reporting, only to show that Jeff Housenbold has been involved with some funny companies that completely went against that, and promoting like boys groups and promoting macho, structuring of companies.
Interesting about this is that the only person named in an initiative to foster a better internal culture is Jeff Hausenbold. But what's ironic about this is that Jeff Hausenbold has been in the news previously for the internal culture that he helped create as managing partner at the SoftBank Vision Fund. Here's New York Post. Nasty executives shaped macho culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. And here's Bloomberg Business Week. SoftBank Vision Fund employees depict a culture of recklessness. It has also been described as an environment of sycophancy and harassment. So seemingly all the problems that people have with MrBeast's internal culture. But this Bloomberg article also goes to call Jeff.
Yeah, so there's Jeff Hausenbold. Again, kind of ironic. You know, Jimmy has this funny interest in hiring people that I guess would not, you know, you wouldn't want to have them associated with your company. And that includes, you know, Harvey Weinstein's lawyer. That includes now, you know, Jeff Hausenbold, who's been a part of this company, and some other sketchy fellas like Delaware, who was a manager at the time. So, again, this is kind of one of the points that I can kind of agree with. He gets into a really interesting part here about how Hausenbold says that his products appeal to people who like to tug it to Peloton videos, something like that.
He's also gotten away with some questionable behavior. In a discussion about whether to invest in the stationary bike startup Peloton in 2017, according to two people who were in the meeting, Hausenbold opined that its exercise equipment appealed in part to men who masturbated to its workout videos.
Dude, I wanna jerk off!
Okay, so who the heck is tugging it to these ladies just kind of lightly cycling? Like, there's plenty of other content out there on the internet, much higher quality and material efforts, but that's not what the video is about. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is where I'm going to wrap the video up again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you kind of understand my point of views. I am not switching sides here. You know, I'm still a MrBeast hater, right? I'm still a DogPack fan. I'm still a Jake Weddle fan. I'm still a Quinthio fan, a surprise witness fan. You know, I'm not switching teams here. Just coming at this from a different perspective after having a bit of time to sit on this one and kind of understand, and hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. That out of the, you know, other two videos so far, this is probably the weakest one. Doesn't look so great, and I hope that you guys can understand why I have this point of view. As always, I'm more than willing to hear what you guys think, and hope you like, share, subscribe. And let me know if you disagree with me or if you do agree with me. And as always, go check out the video, MrBeast Secret CEO. It's about 27 minutes. My video is probably about 15, something like that. So hopefully I was able to give you my summary. Of course, I took out a few parts. There's probably a few things I could have mentioned. I hope that doesn't come across as me, you know, leaving out context on purpose. It truly wasn't my intention. Either way, peace out, my friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.